The Bleachverse is so incredibly underrated. People say that Ichigo is mountain level. He ain't destroyed more than that. This comment is so incredibly brain dead. Now I realize that you're probably just an anime only watcher who dropped the show, never finished it because you have the attention span of a peanut, and that is why you think the Bleachverse is the weakest of the big three. So how large is the Bleachverse? The Bleach universe is split into three: Huecamundo, Living World, and Soul Society, and then all of the stuff in between. So now Soul King was responsible for making all three and everything in between, which makes up the entire Bleach universe. Now the main reason I say the entire Bleachverse is made up of one universe and we aren't dealing with a multiversal structure, aka the Living World, Soul Society, and Huecamundo being universes in their own right, is because the manga doesn't have any statements to support this, nor does the novels or movies. What we read from the manga is that each of these three places are referred to as dimensions or realms. Now, there are people that make the argument that in the novels and even in the films that there's multiversal structures. However, if you actually look at the translation, it could be misinterpreted or translated as something else. Sticking to what the author intended in the manga. Each realm has people or creatures that live there which are supposed to be in balance. So if the Soul Reapers didn't exist, there would be a huge amount of hollows and the balance would be ruined. This is why the Quincy's wiping out Soul Society Reapers is a terrible thing. And this is why it's stated that such an imbalance would result in the collapse of the universe as they know it. As for the size of Soul Society itself, it has a night sky, proving that it's a galaxy in size itself. Saitama destroyed a couple of stars, resulting in a galaxy level punch. But Soul King created all of the stars in the sky. So at the lowest level, just Soul Society itself is Galaxy Solar System level. Huecamundo doesn't really have any statements, however it is depicted to be, or it appears to be, an infinite wasteland. But usually, if dimensions are stated to be parallel, which they all are, they are parallel to what the main characters assume to live on, which is anywhere from a planet to possibly a universe, and it could be more or less. But in this instance, we see that the human or living world is pretty much just a planet. Now let's talk about who created this entire Bleach universe, starting with the Hollows. Who created them? So the person who created the Hollows was the OG of existence, the one and only original Soul King, also known as the Original Sin. This ancient being had the power to control the very fabric of life and death. Not just that, he could conjure up Hollows, the freaky spirits that haunt Bleach, and even bring forth new life. He was like a cosmic matchmaker, a ghost therapist, and Marvel's one above all rolled into one. You'd think someone with that much power would have a massive fan following in a merchandise line. You'd think someone with that much power would have a massive fan following in a merchandise line that rivals Tony Stark's tech, right? And you'd be right. The Soul King was revered and worshipped by many. But as with all cosmic tales, there's always a twist. At every party, there's a pooper.
Every party needs a pooper, that's why they invited you.
And at the Bleach Universe party, the poopers were known as the nobles of Soul Society, who had a serious case of power envy. Imagine being in the same room as the Soul King. You'd feel like the sidekick's sidekick. Now, these highfalutin Soul Society nobles weren't content being on the B-list of power players. Oh no, they staged a full-on coup d'etat. They overthrew the Soul King and threw a DIY dismemberment party. Talk about ruthless. They used his body parts to craft the world of Bleach, turning a once all-powerful entity into a twisted arts and craft project. And don't even get me started on the Hollows, the spiritual monsters that make Bleach so jaw-droppingly cool. Now, these poor souls didn't quite make it to the afterlife. Instead, they got stuck in the human world for way too long. No Netflix and chill for them, just despair and loneliness. These are basically super depressed humans. That's how they become hollow. So eventually, yeah, they turn into those creepy hollow things. There's more. You know that dimension between the world of the living and Soul Society called Huecamundo? Yep, you guessed it. It's also linked to the Soul King's power. It's like the Soul King is the ultimate puppet master, pulling all the strings in the Bleach universe. So here's the deal. The Soul King was the ultimate creator of life, but the Soul Society nobles turned him into a cosmic jigsaw puzzle. They took his part and built the entire Bleach universe with them. It's like watching a sci-fi horror movie where the villain is the very world you know and love. So now Yuha absorbed the power of the Soul King, which implies he had the power to destroy the universe since he absorbed its creator. And Ichigo one-shotting Yuha means he hit Yuha with a force equal to or greater than Yuha's durability. Otherwise, if Ichigo was mountain level, Yuha would not have been defeated. Therefore, it's impossible for Ichigo to be mountain level because he defeated the destroyer of the universe who absorbed the creator of the universe. And this is all manga confirmed. So either you can read ahead of the manga and, actually finish Bleach as opposed to stopping somewhere and thinking Ichigo was mountain level, or wait for the 1,000-year Blood War arc to be completely and fully animated. So you can also be on the same page as Bleach fans. So hopefully that helped you with understanding the basics of Bleach Cosmology, especially in the novels. They provide a lot more context, like the Can't Fear Your Own World or whatever that novel was, but I'll put it here in the video. If you go read these novels, you'll get a good understanding of just how powerful the Soul King is. And I'm going to create in my next video just what powers and just how insanely powerful the Soul King really is. His powers are insane, but we'll go over that in our next video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and if you like this kind of Bleach content, subscribe for more. Peace!